This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 742 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Today's tip is brought to you by EquestrianCollections.com. Hi, Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip features Jamie Clark of Yellow Barn Media and Stable Scoop co-hosts Glenn the Geek and Helena B discussing the ins and outs of using video to enhance your social media marketing efforts. And we'll get right to it right after this message from our sponsor.
Hi, Glenn here, founder of the Horse Radio Network, and I am with Debbie from Equestrian Collections with Equestrian Collections Product of the Week.
This time of year, the mares, the early foals are beginning to arrive. The thoroughbreds that are specifically bred to be foaling in January, sometimes the mares that caught a little bit later in the year, they're foaling now during a cold time of the year. And so you want to have on hand a foal blanket so that if you do have a foal in the cold that you have something you can wrap him up in. The one I'm featuring this week is the WeatherBeeta Growing Foal Stable Blanket. And I featured this one because it is so adjustable. It adjusts from 42 inches to 57 inches, which is a lot. So you only need the one. It's 180 grams of polyfill, which is a little bit less than medium weight, so it's really good. It's a stable blanket, so it's for when they're inside. So it's really good for, a little bit more than lightweight and a little bit less than medium weight. So it's really good for that. And it's a 300 denier, so it's really strong. And it comes from WeatherBeeta, which is, of course, a very well-known brand. So I thought that this would be a really good thing for those of you who are expecting winter foals to maybe consider keeping on hand. And it's only $50, so it's a real good safety feature for early spring foaling.
And you can find them at EquestrianCollections.com. Just search for WeatherBeeta Growing Foal Stable Blanket at EquestrianCollections.com. Let's just go right into our monthly social media report with Jamie Clark from Yellow Barn Media. Well, hi, Jamie, and welcome back to the Stable Scoop Show.
Hi, Glenn. Thanks for having me.
What are we talking about this month?
We are going to be talking about video marketing and video blogging.
Ah, see, now this scares me to death because I definitely have a face for radio. I'm in the right job.
Well, we're gonna talk today a little bit about what it is and why we should use it as we market for our business.
Okay.
And really, in its simplest form, video marketing is really just creating a promotional video for your product or your service and uploading it to the internet.
Okay.
And so it's pretty simple, but it does scare a lot of people. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And these videos, Glenn, can be shared on your website, on your social media sites, and more importantly, they can be shared with other businesses to cross-promote your product to their audience. So, if you have videos promoting your product or service and they've got videos promoting their product or service, you really can help build each other's businesses by sharing with like-minded businesses as well.
Now, what makes a good video? There's lots of crappy videos out there, and some are too long. What really makes a good, effective marketing video?
Well, I think really as far as that goes, as far as it being effective, if you're talking about a promotional video for your business to share exactly what your business has to offer and your passion and vision behind that, something between 1 and 3 minutes is a good thing to go by as far as time, because we all know we live in a very busy world and most of us, we just don't have a lot of time. So we need to make it exciting. We need to capture their attention, within 1 to 3 minutes. And I do recommend, and I'm going to talk about this now, what I recommend for any business, no matter what you do, is have at least one professional video for your business.
Professional, good. I'm glad you used the word professional because, my hand shakes a lot. Do you get that? I mean, that's one of the things that I notice when you're really trying to gain information from a video. You're not just, really that's the point. Is the person who's making the video is trying to share this information, but it's hard to focus on it when there's movement, when basically when an amateur does it. So I just cut you off, but I just wanted to say that it's important. I think it's important as well to have the professional imagery. How do you get that? How do you go out and find somebody who does that, especially for horses, someone who understands horses?
Well, there are a few. I'm personally connected with a few individuals that are really into the horse industry, that are great at what they do. And of course, they'll travel, and you'll have to pay for that travel to have your video done. But what I recommend is, and I'm happy to help anyone with this too, because all of us have really good connections, but it's great to find someone in the horse industry that can do your video. However, a good video company knows what to do, what questions to ask, and they can produce a video no matter if you are a bowling champion or you ride horses. So whatever you do, a good video company can truly capture exactly what your mission and vision is. And a good video company, this is what I like about having one professionally done, is that they will tell you where to stand, where the light is good, what to say, when to stop, and then they take over after and edit it, and they make you look really good.
Like I do with you every week, Helena.
Exactly. I throw my hands up and say, indeed. I mean, there's so much that we want to do ourselves, partly because of budget, partly because we think we can, and partly because we feel like no one can really capture our business or our idea or our horse's movement quite the way we can. So it takes a fair amount of trust to turn that over to somebody else. So I guess that's the other thing, is you kind of have to feel comfortable.
Well, and I think what's important to know is this, and you what you just said makes total sense, because for any professional video I have had done for my business or myself, they have probably shot 30 minutes to an hour of footage. Because obviously you make mistakes, you say things, your horse does something weird, something crazy happens. And they take all of that and edit it down to 1 to 3 minutes. And if you're working with someone that is professional, that does this for a living, you're going to be able to make edits, and you're going to be able to say, I don't really like how this looks. Can we try this? And then creatively you work together to make sure that the final product is exactly what you want. And a lot of people also, you had mentioned, cost is a big thing. A lot of people say, well, I don't have $5,000 for a professionally edited video. Start where you can. I work with a very local company here in Michigan, and they charge about $350 for a video. And they're very, very good at what they do. They don't have 20 years of experience, but if you look at my website, they did my video, and most people that see it love it. So it's definitely an investment in your company, for sure. And yes, of course, you can pay someone $5,000 or $10,000 to do a series of videos for you, and that's definitely worth it as well. But what I recommend is at least invest in yourself and your company enough to have one video done that's professional. And then here's my absolute favorite thing to do. Now, keep in mind, I love being behind the camera, and I mean in front of the camera, I should say. Most people don't. Most people have a fear of public speaking, or they don't want to be filmed. But what I do for my business, I do video blogging. And so I have my 1 or 2 professional videos that can show someone what I do, on my website and my social media. But then I do video blogging with my iPhone.
And that's funny too, because who would have thought that years ago we'd be doing really high definition, good quality videos with our iPhones?
Exactly. Who would have thought you could get your internet on your phone?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's true.
And so with the video blogging, this is how simple it is. Whether you have an iPhone, a smartphone, or you have like a flip camera that has the video, any of those will work. Literally, I usually use my pony as my co-host. A lot of times in the winter, I'm even bundled up in my barn clothes. I might not even look that fantastic, but I'm in my environment. I'm in the environment of the people that I'm trying to reach. And I just press play, and I give a social media tip for the day or whatever it is that I want to share. I turn the camera off, and then with my iPhone, it will directly upload to YouTube. So Well, I'm doing chores or riding my horse. My video's uploading to YouTube. So time, it doesn't take a lot of time. It just takes a lot of practice if you're not used to doing it.
That's a good point. Practice. Yeah, it's not that you can't do it. You just have to start it and then keep working at it until you get something that you like.
Yes. And,
or, that works. Really, that's the end of the day. When you're like, anybody who creates something, I don't know if you feel this way, you keep at it until you like it. And then you say, okay, I'm done. That's my finished product. And depending on how creative and how obsessive you are, that process can go on forever. But that's a really good point, is just to keep at it. Like for me, I'll pick up a little video camera or a regular camera and I'm like, oh, that didn't come out right. I can't do this. Forget it. I totally suck at this. But you do get better if you keep practicing it.
Well, and I think this is my encouragement to everyone out there that says, because I hear this all the time, Jamie, I don't want to be on camera. I'm not made to be recorded. That's not me. But here's the thing. If you're doing what you love, whatever, whether you're promoting a product or a service, you have a passion for that. And it doesn't matter if you don't look super polished and you are not someone that's going to go on the nightly news as a career. If you can just show that you're passionate, that's what people want to see. I have honestly had people call me and say, I just watched your video, I want to hire you. And it still to this day floors me because they don't know me. But because they really felt the passion for what I do through my video, they want to hire me, or at least have a further conversation with me. So I just would encourage people, just try it because the world needs what your business has to offer. And this is just one more way to really get that out there.
You can see that video that Jamie's talking about by going to yellowbarnmedia.com. That's yellowbarnmedia.com, and you'll see the video right there on her homepage, as well as the rest of the information on her website. If you want to get a hold of Jamie, that's a good way to do it. As well as on your homepage, like any good marketing person, you have your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your YouTube, and everything listed right there.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Well, thank you, Jamie. We appreciate you joining us again.
Well, there you go. To listen to more tips on running a good horse business, you can go to horsetipdaily.com and look for the topics drop-down menu on the left. If you love listening to the Stable Scoop crew putting in their 2 cents on everything horse, you can tune in every week at stablescoop.com for great interviews with fascinating folks from throughout the horse universe. And don't forget to support our sponsors here on Horse Tip Daily because they make these podcasts possible. Today's podcast has been brought to you by EquestrianCollections.com. Just like Horse Tip Daily brings the whole world of equine knowledge to you, Equestrian Collections brings the whole world of equine online shopping to your door. Check them out today at EquestrianCollections.com, and while you're there, tell them Coach Jen sent you. Please stop by the Horse Tip Daily Facebook page and let us know what you think of the tips you hear on the show. It's also a great place to tell us about topics you'd like to hear us cover on the show. You can subscribe to all the great shows on the Horse Radio Network through iTunes or Zune and get your horse podcasts automatically downloaded to your iPod, Zune, or MP3 player. You can also listen to the shows right on Facebook. The player's right there every day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, go ride your horse! The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.